guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we wanted to do a video on what to do about your friend if you think they have an eating disorder.
So we had a comment from someone a couple of weeks ago and I thought we had covered this subject, but actually when I was going back to look at some links to send her, I couldn't specifically find a video like that targeted this specific concern. So if you've got a friend that's, it's basically if you've got a friend that you think might have an eating disorder, what do you do? Obviously you want to try and help them, but do you talk to them directly? Do you speak to someone else? What do you do? So
I think it's such a hard one because when you are in the trap of an eating disorder, you can be quite in denial that you've got a problem. So I can imagine if you approach your friend, they'll just kind of shrug it off and pretend it's not really anything, or make up an excuse, or so it is a very difficult one because or your friend might sort of be open to it, and your friend might be like, yeah, I do feel like something's going a bit wrong. So I think the best thing to do is, I mean, if they're young, talk to their mum. I mean, I know when I started...
Or dad or carer.
Yeah, or carer. Or someone close to them.
So I was going to say, I do think it really depends on the situation.
Yeah.
So whether you're at school, whether you're at university, whether you're in the workplace, whether you're older. But I think talking to someone, if you've got that relationship, and if you know someone, like we say, who's a carer, or their brother or their husband or wife or whoever, talking to someone who's close to them. So I guess that could relate.
Yeah, again, it's a difficult one, isn't it? I mean, if you're at school, talk to a teacher, standard things like that. But I do just think it is risky going to the person themselves. I mean, you could do it as a first go, and if you're still worried, then kind of go to someone a bit, not higher, but someone...
But in terms of approaching that person, you don't want to go to them, have you got an eating disorder? Are you... because the eating disorder might be overeating, undereating, bulimia, something like that. You don't want to almost like go to them and like attack them with a label, like with a diagnosis, because chances are that person might not even realise that they've even got that.
Yeah.
So for you to say, oh, I think you've got anorexia, or I think you've got bulimia, or I think you've got something else, that person might be like what? So I think it's just approaching them maybe and saying, like, I've noticed, like, you're a bit different, you're a bit distant, is there anything you want to tell me? Like, honestly, even saying, like, I'd never judge any, depends how close you are, but say, like, anything you say couldn't shock me, I just want to make sure you're okay.
Or, like, where you're not hungry, don't make a big deal of it, because I think the more they feel you're watching them, the more that they'll try and hide, or the more that they'll distance themselves. So the more kind of open and what's it called?
Open the questions are.
Yeah, less judgmental you are, the more that they'll open up to you, and the more that they won't hide from you, sort of thing.
And you don't really want to comment on weight or anything.
Yeah.
You don't want to say things like, oh, you've lost weight, or oh, you've done this, because again, that's sort of like being very specific to the illness. And as we know, eating disorders are very, I don't know, like you could say one wrong thing, and you don't want to risk your relationship with that person
because they might just be stressed, and when some people don't eat when they're stressed, some people overeat, so it could be a byproduct of being stressed. I mean, obviously that can get escalated into an eating disorder, but they might just be stressed. They might not actually have the beginnings of one. It could be so many things. So yeah, we hope that was okay.
Yeah. In terms of other things you could do, what could you do? Just be there for that person. I think don't be scared by it. If they are suffering in one way or another, just make sure that you're there so that they know that you're like a consistent part of their lives and that you do care. And probably don't like push yourselves on them, but just like catch up with them and make sure you message them and stuff. But just being there for them is really important. Just not being scared that if they have got a problem, don't let it scare you off, because chances are they probably like are scared themselves. So
very true.
Hope that helps.
Yeah, we hope that helped. Let us know. I can't remember who it was that asked, but we did it because you asked, so let us know if that's okay or if you want us to go in more detail. But yeah, we'll leave it there and we will see you in the next video. Bye guys.
Bye.